welcome to Southern Wreaths. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post a new video. Today I'm going to show you how I make this really cute Grinch theme wreath. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. I'm going to do a double ruffle method. I think I'm going to alternate these two, like that, because I don't want too much of this and I'd like it to be nice and balanced. We'll see what it looks like as I'm doing it. And then I'm going to use these two ribbons. I don't want to, I know these ribbons are busy and very bright, but I don't want too much pattern going on. I am going to be using E6000 and hot glue for my sign because this is like a plastic sign. It says it came without packages, boxes, or bags. And I thought it was so cute. And then of course my pipe cleaners. I have 2 for this and then 14 for my wreath. I'm using a 14-inch wireframe from Dollar Tree. I have my rotary cutter, my scissors, and my 12-inch piece of cardboard. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and do my sign so it has time to dry. I like to use a combination of E6000 and hot glue because the E6000 holds really strong but it takes a while to dry, and the hot glue dries quickly. So I'm just going to put a blob on each end of my sign. I'm going to place my pipe cleaner as evenly as I can inside the E6000. So I'm just going to add a lot of hot glue on top of it, and I use Gorilla Hot Glue. And then I like to take a piece of cardboard. You could use the tag from your wreath, or this is just a empty ribbon thing. I'm just going to use this. I just like to lay it over. It just kind of makes like a band-aid. Like the glue wants to go on either side of the pipe cleaner, so this just makes it where the cardboard sticks to the glue on either side, just holds it down. I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but to me it does, so I do it. So I'm just going to let this dry and start on my ruffles. While my sign's set to the side, I'm going to go ahead and cut my ribbon. I haven't added my pipe cleaners yet, but I'll go ahead and do that too to my wreath frame. But I need 14 pieces of each color, and I'm cutting them at 24 inches. So I'll hold it at the 0. I have it measured up to 24, and I'll pull it into the center. 1, because it's easier to cut, and 2, because my mat has lots of lines in it from how long I've used it. So I'm just going to go through and cut my mesh. Here, I'll show you one more time how I do it. And I have it doubled up, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just lay it out to the 24. Grab it at 0, pull it to the center, and cut. It just makes it a lot quicker. I finished cutting my mesh, so now I'm just going to quickly add my pipe cleaners. And I just add 1 to each crossbar on the center. I'm going around the 2 center rings. I put it over the 2 center rings at the crossbar. I have 1 on this side, 1 on the other. I pull it even and then twist 3 times tightly. And I'll do that going all the way around. Once I'm done going around the inside, I'll start on the outside. I just pick a random crossbar to start. I'm circling around the 2 outside rings. I'm going to twist 3 times. And I have my pipe cleaner up on this second from the outside ring. I lay the pipe cleaners along that same ring. Where they end is where I add my next one. I'll do this going all the way around. I end up with 8 on the outside, 6 on the inside, for a total of 14. Your last pipe cleaner, when you lay it over, should line up with the first one you put down. It's okay if it's a little bit off, but if it's a lot off, I would fix it because you don't want a huge gap there. I wanted to show you this last pipe cleaner. When I lay it over, it lines up with the first one I put down, so they're all pretty even. And I just like to go around the outside and open my pipe cleaners because I'm going to start on the outside with my ruffles. So I'm going to alternate, like I said before, doing white on the bottom, white on the top. So I kind of cut them that way. That way I don't have to pull them apart as much and mix them up, because you want to handle your mesh as little as possible. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can put them both together and ruffle them and then fluff it in the thing, or you could ruffle each one individually. So I'm going to show you both ways. So this way I still have them connected, they're still even at the end, I'm going to use this green line to help me, line it up perfectly. You'll just kind of get it right in the middle of whatever mesh you're using. And then I just start ruffling, and I'm doing them both together. And I'm just grabbing and pulling. Alright, so there's my 2 ruffles together. I'm going to place them inside of one of the pipe cleaners. Make sure they're even. And then twisting as tightly as I can. I'm going to twist it 1.5 times. Now, before I overlap them, I want to separate them. So I kind of lift this one up, and you'll see why in just a second. And now I'm going to overlap the white ones so they make a nice round ruffle. Do the same on this side, and the same with this one. And now it looks like I took the time to do 2 separate ruffles. And now I'll show you doing it with 2 separate ruffles. So I'm going to put the colored mesh underneath. Stick something heavy at the end just to hold it there. I'm just going to ruffle it like I did before. And pick whichever way is, best for you. That way is just easier, but it is thicker, so if you have trouble with your hands, you might not want to do that. And I almost always link everything I use below as far as like the mesh and ribbons. If I can't find something, I try my best to find something similar, or at least tell you where I got it from. So I will link these meshes below. This mesh is really soft. Okay, so I've put my ruffle down, I've overlapped them and pulled them apart from that one. And now I'll do the white one. Do the same thing, just get in the middle and then make my ruffle. Now I'm going to open the pipe cleaner because I want to add this one in the same thing. Put this on top, getting it as even as I can on each side. Okay, and twist it as tightly as I can. 1, 2. And overlap it. And fluff everything. So they look the same. It doesn't matter which way you do it, it looks good. So whichever way is easier for you. Still don't know if I want to do the white or not.
Jolly old Saint Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul.
Alright, I'm going to go through and finish adding all of my ruffles. Now, while this one looks really pretty, this was a headache. I do not like this mesh. This part is like cloth, and it keeps getting hung on stuff, and it hangs off like that. It's very aggravating, and then it's pulling on other things, and those things are coming apart, and yeah, it's a pretty messy wreath. I don't care for that. Now I'm going to cut my ribbons. I need 14 of each ribbon, and I'm doing them at 12 inches. You could do them at any size. Some people do 13, some people do it even bigger. I like to use my 12-inch piece of cardboard. I just cut it at 12 inches. I line the ribbon up, crease it, and then I just wrap it around. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't usually do more than 7 or 8 because it gets too thick. I slide my scissors in between the cardboard and the ribbon and cut. And then I end up with 7 pieces of 12-inch ribbon. Once I'm done cutting all the ribbon, I'm going to dovetail the ends. So I just take 2 or 3 pieces of ribbon, depending on how thick they are, fold them long ways, and then cut from the wire to the crease at an angle. And how you make your angle is up to the look you want. You could do a shallow angle or a longer, skinnier angle. It's completely up to you. But here's what it looks like when it's done. So I'm going to go through and cut all my ribbons. I went ahead and stacked the ribbon the way I want to add it to the wreath. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I am putting the same ribbons in each section, and I need my glue stick to help me roll it down. But I have never done this before, so I'm going to see what it looks like. So I just have 2 of the same color ribbon. I fold it in half, get it even, crease it, and then pinch it 3 times in the middle. Then I'm going to add it into my pipe cleaner. Get it as centered as I can. Twist it 3 times tightly. And since I'm done adding things, I'm going to take my glue stick and roll it down. And then I'm going to fluff my ribbon. I like to make an X. Now to do the green ribbon. Do the same thing. I line it up, fold it in half, crease it. Then I'm going to pinch it 3 times at the crease. 1, 2, 3. And add that into the pipe cleaner. Roll them down. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. Alright, I'm going to go through and finish adding all of my ribbons. I changed my mind. I want to add some mesh tubing. So, I like to add it where it looks like a bow. That, I just got to figure out how big I want my bow to be. So I make it and then put it down and then I'll measure that out. So this is about 20 inches. I'm going to go ahead and make it 24 inches. So I'm going to cut 14 24-inch pieces of mesh tubing. And I just use my scissors. Alright, and then I'll show you how I add it while I'm here. So before you roll your pipe cleaners down, you will... I'm going to unwrap it twice. Take your mesh tubing, overlap it at the bottom, make a circle, and then take that and pinch it together. And then I try to make it a little bit even, and then add that into the pipe cleaner. Now we'll twist 3 times and roll it down again. Alright, and there now I have my loops. I'm going to go through and do that for all of them. I'm going to add the ribbon in and the mesh tubing. I wanted to show you how to do the outside because it's a little bit different, and I wanted to show you how to do the bow one more time. So I do the ribbon the same, but because this is a double ruffle and I started on the outside, they're kind of tucked in. So when I add it, I want the ribbons to stick out, not go up that way. So I just stick it in there and twist it once. And then I'm going to make my circle, overlap, and then pull it down. Add that into my pipe cleaner just like I do on top. Now I'm twisting 3 times. Curl it down. And then the fluffing is what's different. So I just do this. Just like that. Instead of making an X, I just kind of pull it apart and have it stick out. So. There you go. So, I'm done adding all of my ribbons. Now I can add my sign. Everything's nice and dry. Pull that up. Figure out where I want to put it. Let's see. I think maybe right here. I think I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to feed it through to the back and attach it to the frame. And I'm just pulling apart the mesh. And then just twisting it a couple times around the frame. Do the same thing up here. Kind of just pull it apart so I can see it. And twist it. And I will twist it around. And here you can see how messy this mesh got. So I may have used this mesh, and I will link it below, but I do not recommend it. Unless you're just doing like a ruffle method. I mean a poof method, because it was messy. I did not like it at all. Alright. I kind of want to see if I want to put something right here. I think what I'm going to do is just make a simple bow. And just put it right here. So just a regular bow. Like you would tie on your banister. Make sure it's even. Then I need a loop for the middle. Maybe a different color, maybe. Let's try that one. Just need a loop in the middle. Then I'll need some tails. And a pipe cleaner. Maybe I'll just use this one instead of the... Just gonna fold it in half to make sure it's even. And kind of crease it. And I will gather all that together. Just like that. And this one, I have it rounded. I'm just gonna pinch it around the back. Okay, so I think I'll do one at a time. I promise I'll get there. So let's do this first. I pinch it together, add my pipe cleaner, twist it tightly. Then take this, crease it, add this in the middle. Make sure they're even, twist it. Fold these in half, crease it, and then add that to the back. And now I'm going to fluff it. And I'm going to dovetail the ends of this as well. I might add another layer behind it. It'll be like a double bow. Let's see. This bow is 10 inches. And you could so use your bow dabber for this if you wanted to. I'm going to try to do this at 14 inches. Nope, it's a little bit big. There we go. Alright, that ended up being 13 inches. So I will trim that just a little bit. Since we didn't need as much. To add it into the wreath, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the sign. Just feed it through the mesh to the back and attach it to the frame. But I want it more towards the middle. There we go. And you could definitely make a regular bow if you want. Like the regular multiple loops. I really like that. It's so cute. I'll fuss with this forever. I have an issue with bows. I have to keep messing with them. I'm just wrapping the pipe cleaner around the frame. Alright everyone, that's it. That's how I made my Grinch themed wreath. If y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can always email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thank you so much for watching, and if y'all learned anything today or liked my video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And please be sure to check out my wreath membership on YouTube. You get an extra video every month. Thank you.